Well, hello and welcome to the Pastor's Study. Today we're going to be taking a look from Psalm 74. And the psalmist begins with a cry for God's presence. He says, why have you rejected us? Why has your anger smoked against the sheep in your pasture? This Aphis, in writing this, he says, God, it looks like it's all falling apart. Just how bad can it get? It's bad, and it looks even like it's going to get worse. And then he goes on and describes, that he gives this description. It's like in the forest, there's these people with axes, and what are they going to do? They're going to chop down all the trees, and he's talking about those of us who belong to God, and he's saying the destruction looks great and horrible. It just, again, it's like it's bad and getting worse. The water's high and rising. And yet, in verse 12, he writes, "Yet God is my king from of old, whose works deeds of deliverance in the midst of the earth." In the midst of him saying, it's bad and getting worse, the psalmist says, but my God is king, and his works are marvelous. He does great works in the earth. He goes on and describes some of them. You've divided the sea for your strength. You broke the heads of the sea monsters in the sea. You crushed the heads of the Leviathan. You gave him as food to the creatures in the wilderness. He's describing all the things that in one moment might seem impossible. So it doesn't matter what you and I are facing. The descriptions that the psalmist gives fits our lives as well. It may be bad and getting worse, but around the corner, God is still there. And God cares. So if you think it's bad and getting worse, do like the psalmist and say, but God is still my king. Until next time in the Pastor's Study, I'm Ray Bertolette.